Our child was diagnosed with autism spectrum at age 4.5, so that's about 4 years ago now. We were lost for a long, long time. My wife gave up her job and basically came across Mac through a friend, and we found out how all the amazing work that Mac has done for schools, for kids on the spectrum and other disabilities.
So MAC is an organization dedicated to breaking down barriers for children so that all children can have an opportunity to succeed, to learn, to succeed in school. We have an autism center, which is sponsoring this event, and the Friends of the Autism Center. But that's just one of about 5 programmatic areas at MAC.
The work of the Autism Center is so critical. It helps families attain vital educational services for their children with autism. MAC's advocacy has improved the landscape for low-income children all over the Commonwealth. One of its most recent accomplishments was the expansion of the Mass Health coverage to include ABA and AAC devices, which was achieved through MAC's hard work and collaboration with advocacy groups and other government agencies. This is going to make such a huge difference for families of children with autism, and it's just an incredible accomplishment.
We came into autism very long time ago, 1992, my son was diagnosed, and we first were introduced to any kind of technology when he was, when he was about 4. It's just a huge way that people with autism can communicate, because I feel like our guys really have a lot going on inside. They just need help getting it out. And I really feel like technology is going to be the thing that does it.
The Autism Center advocates to make sure that assistive technology is more available to children and the many young adults who need it. The vision for the Meeting the Minds Forum is to bring together assistive technology innovators with parents, leaders, and autism advocates to foster a really robust conversation and support our advocacy for individuals with autism. We know there are so many exciting advances in the field, and we want to make sure that these advances get in the hands of the many children and adults who need them.
Now, I think you're going to have a great pleasure hearing Roz Picard, one of the world leaders, professor at MIT.
I said, "Can you tell my brother?" And I said, "Tell me about your brother." And he started telling me about autism, and how his brother couldn't read other people's faces and often missed the emotional nuances of a conversation. And I thought, wow, that's what we're trying to teach computers to do. You mean the stuff we're doing could maybe actually help real people? I was humbled a little bit later when another friend I had made on the autism spectrum, and she said, "Roz, you have it wrong. Our biggest problem is not reading other people's faces or understanding other people's emotion. Our biggest problem is you're not understanding our emotion." They do not have the same awareness of their feelings changing as other people do, and we cannot expect them to. And so they can't necessarily just learn to control it without getting some of this awareness. So we're learning who has this kind of awareness of it increasing and who doesn't, and we'd love to be able to help people develop that awareness. Objective data makes it easier to communicate what's going on and makes you more likely to be taken seriously. And in my experience, helps you change the conversation and get from arguments and denial onto, okay, what do we need to change? Stress, fear, threat, anxiety, or pain, it's very interesting to look at this lateralized, leading us to build technology to try to help their feelings, at least the autonomic component of them, to be better communicated, accidentally discovering along the way that neurological activity deep in the brain can map in very interesting patterns to our skin and can signal even life-threatening events. Taking a little detour to get that commercialized, but now that's coming back, and we're all going to be able to have this device that will hopefully help us understand not only the feelings and stresses that our loved ones are going through, but maybe also some of our own, so we can be better partners to them.
Thank you all for being here tonight. Your presence alone helps us to spread awareness about our work. This Friends of the Autism Center is amazing what it's becoming thanks to the leadership of those friends who have stepped up to help build this community.
We are able to do this work because of how all of you so generously support our efforts. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I believe that working together, we can face these challenges, remove barriers, and help ensure that all children and young adults can really reach their potential. So thank you.
MAC is critical about helping create advocates and advocacy within schools for kids who are on the spectrum and have other special needs. Help fight for their needs on behalf of the families, on behalf of the children. Make sure the laws are implemented equally and fairly, and basically the kids get the services they need.